Guys, welcome back to WCS America. Final game of the evening coming your way. Jaedong and Drunkenboi are currently tied 1-1. Nick, are you ready for this game?
I don't know if I can handle it, man. If Drunkenboi wins this is going to be so insane. Now, the map is Daybreak, which of course favors the longer games. A lot of Zerg players like it, but Drunkenboi didn't feed it, which means maybe he likes it. It is a good map for drop play. He loves drop play, so we'll have to see how that factors in here. I don't think we'll see Jaedong do the same super fast muted build, because when you do that build, you really want to get damage done with the mutants, and he would.
He's more worrying about he's more worrying about like fending off that attack.
Exactly.
So he couldn't jet across the map and go after his opponent's economy, where you potentially would be able to if your opponent's going for the fast third, double engineering rate type thing. But wow, what a stage that has been set here for game number 3. I'm proud to present your Red Zerg player in the top right-hand location, representing Team Evil Geniuses. One of the best players to ever play an RTS title, a legend of Brood War, showing great signs of strength in StarCraft 2. One win away from advancing to WCS America Premier League Season 2. He is Jaedong. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand location, trying to pull off the upset of WCS America, of possibly his life. How much would it mean to him to take out Jaedong and qualify for WCS America Premier League Season 2? Hailing from Canada and representing Team FXO North America, he is Drunkenboi.
See how he plays this game. There's the barracks.
I don't see that little push working on this map as much. What do you think? It's such a long rush.
It is. The one thing that's going better for it, I guess, is the angle when you hit the third is pretty straight, and there's usually not much creep spread.
The tank can, if controlled properly, can really get the damage done.
But yeah, in general, it's not going to be as good as Neoplanet S. Now, he's going for the Reaper opening again. The way you do the Reaper opening is actually interesting. This is the one time in a macro build you're not constantly building SCVs. Is right when you build the barracks, you actually don't build an SCV until you build the refinery, then you go back to production, because you want to get that gas up immediately after starting the barracks in order to have 50 when it's done.
Drone. Scout here from Jaedong, spotting the gas, knows exactly what's happening. Gonna back away. And we'll see what Jaedong ends up doing here. I mean, the faster third base, does he stick to the mutas? Obviously, Jaedong, a player who loves the mutas. It's kind of what he was known for in Brood War.
I don't see him going roaches here.
Right.
Against a player like Drunkenboi opens with a fast tank. The only time Jaedong would really play roaches against Tyrion, I see, is for those, the very early aggressive builds, which are very popular, and they're super popular in Korea, more so than other regions even. But in the last 2 games, well, game 1 was kind of weird. It was one base build. But in the last game, at least, he noticed there's that early tank. And anytime there's an early tank, SCV almost been taken out. Early tank just shuts down the roach aggression.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the thing is, like, how can Drunkenboi take advantage of that, right? Skip the tank and instead go after the fast 12-bat play, potentially.
He might. I have a feeling he's going to do that push. It seems like a build he's done every game so far. Well, he did it. Besides the one weird one-base game, he did it twice against Ian. He did it last game against Jaedong, and every time he's done that build, he's won the game. So even if it hasn't always been because of that build, it's more often because of his great mid-game play with just a constant aggression, keeping the creep beat back, and never letting the Zerg really get a 4-base economy. It's something psychological, right? Like if you've played the build 3 times today, you've won every time you played it. You kind of feel like a fool if you don't use it, right?
Right.
Which isn't always the correct way of thinking, but it's often it's one people go for.
Sure. It's definitely a very valid point. See if Drunkenboi agrees with you. For now, Jaedong, opposite of last game, going for the gas and getting an earlier speed. Last game, he did not go for the earlier gas. Instead, pretty much got 2 of them, and then 2 of them a little bit later. Again, really fast 2-base play, 2-base layer, 2-base muta. See if he goes and takes that third. We're approaching that timing when he would go do that. Meanwhile, there's the tank. Drunkenboi.
Yes, exact same open here. Of course, the next investment is going to be the armory. And one of the reasons why, you were seeing the later starport with this build is because he doesn't have as many minerals as you do with other openings, because he doesn't stop building Marines for a second. And that's a big mineral expense, is that constant Marine production. You know, with the standard Widowmine drop opening, or even the standard Hellbat drop opening, right? You put the barracks on a tech lab a little bit earlier. And you reactor out units from the factory earlier. And reactoring out Hellions is more expensive mineral-wise than building a siege tank. So that's kind of why he has to delay the starport, just to get this many Marines out in the field this fast.
Jaedong is going for the Roachhorn here. So this might be that style where we'll see him make a couple Overlords, maybe
Some
2 or 3
defensive
Overlords
roaches.
very soon.
Okay, yeah.
And then add on the Roaches. Remains to be seen whether it's going to be defensive or lightly aggressive. But he has spotted the tank.
Yes.
So I expect it to be purely defensive.
Yeah.
And maybe a just in case.
Has he spotted the armory? Marines are there guarding it. They really don't want to spot
The
it.
army's really close to the edge.
Yeah, he hasn't. He just barely missed it, actually, if you saw that vision range there. It was pretty close. Hellions are here. They're probably going to check on the third base. Maybe leave one at the watchtower so he knows that there's units moving out. Maybe not. I guess with the tank up, he's not too worried about an attack anyway. Now he's going to see the third base, and that's going to be his target. And remember last time on Daybreak, the one thing that makes these attacks, you know, like for Protoss and for Terran, attacks on the third sometimes better on Daybreak, is the fact that because that third is kind of far from the natural, it takes a little while to get the creep down there. And so the creep in front of the third base takes a little bit longer to push it out than you'd see on some other maps. So you can really fight off creep a little bit more so than you could on like Aklon Police or something like that, obviously.
All right, here we go. Let's see how much damage Drunkenboi can get done. Now, Jaedong is going to spot this right about
the Hellions.
now. Oh, the Hellions taken out by the Roaches. Okay, he knows what's going on. He sees the army with the Speedling at the watchtower.
Look at this. More Roaches in production. 4 more Roaches. Then he's going into Speedlings. That's going to put him up with 10 Roaches and a horde of Speedlings. Now, that is enough to defend this attack, but it's also enough to lose attack. It's going to come out of control.
No Baneling Nest.
Oh, look at that, saving the Hellbat. The Hellbats are so important because the speeding rally is really what Jaedong's kind of cleaning up this army. So if the Hellbats can survive throughout the first engagement, then the rallying in speedlings are going to be of much less concern. But he's even 1 Hellbat at the watchtower. He's only going to have 3 with this battle.
Jaedong coming in here. The tank is sieging up, trying to take the guy out. Hellbats are greatly positioned. Also, at the same time, there is going to be a drop heading into the main base of Jaedong. But Jaedong sending all of his Roaches to this area, getting a great surround, but picking up the Hellbats, and now he's going to go after his opponent's economy. Is Jaedong going to be able to react in time to prevent too much economic damage from Drunkenboi?
Oh, here's a drop in the main. The drones are pulled very quickly. Only a single drone goes down. The Queens are focusing to medevac. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to put a timer on it. Meanwhile, at the natural...
About 3 or 4 drones killed there, and you can just pick them up.
Oh, that was more effective. You can see a bunch of fried remains of drones there. Only 1 Hellbat going down. Now he's looking to do some damage at the third.
Only
also
1 drone there.
Back in the main, I think.
Okay, yeah, his 2 medevacs inside. Ooh, very low on health. Layer on the way. 1-1 about to finish here from Jaedong, so very nice timing.
This medevac has to be so careful. These are just Roaches. They can't shoot up. The Queen's a little further down, so I think he's just going to run away. He should not send that in there. The Queen would kill the medevac, and even if you get a few drones, the medevac is very important.
You know, only 6 workers killed throughout,
look at this.
throughout all of that.
That's why he didn't send 4 Hellbats with attack. Right for this moment, so you can kill that Queen to get that creep to the denial.
That. I mean, overall, I think Jaedong is going to be happy with how this is progressing. A little bit surprised he's not starting 2-2 on the Evo chambers. It's so important to get that started right away.
Yeah, very minimal damage taken as
yeah,
far as runs.
I think only 6 workers killed throughout all of that. And, you know, he's droning his third. He's getting his saturation great. Working on Roach speed, which is mildly interesting to me. Considering, you know, generally players are going to stick to like a Ling, Baneling, Muta, or is he going to go for like a Ling, Roach, Baneling all in off a...
I think he's going for a speed Baneling, speed Roach attack on a third. I think he realizes he's done well enough in the opening.
Right.
I'll look to another drop coming here to see what this can do.
Dropping the Hellbats. That main mineral line. Trying to track down those drones, kind of clumping up a little bit. Oh, thought about dropping it again. Is that medevac still in the top right, or is it?
No, it ran away actually.
Okay,
it didn't die, it escaped. In fact, this might be... No, it's not the same medevac. It's back. But, yeah, I think it's realized he's came out ahead from the opening, right? Mm-hmm. And I think he wants to use that advantage to get more ahead by denying his opponent's third base. And if he can deny the third base, it's going to be great. And he feels confident that he can deny it just based on the fact that he's going to be a little bit ahead in upgrades and he's going to have a lot of units.
Well, 1-1 is about to finish, so...
There's a good number of Marauders, actually. Oh, is that medevac gonna go down? No, the medevac gets. It doesn't get away. It stops.
Oh, go.
Medevac.
I think it might die. I think there
Medevacs
should be a
are
queen in the
so
main.
important. Oh, the queen's gonna try to intercept
yeah,
it.
he's dead.
Ignite. Oh, it's on cooldown, isn't it? Yeah. But you know, DrunkenBoy actually has a pretty good army.
Yeah. He has 1-1. I'd love to see some sort of pseudo wall off in the third, like supply depots or something.
If he can identify there's no mutas, no infestation pit, it's just a basic massive bunch of Zerg and hammer blow the tier in third type of technique. If he can do that and he can get a good defensive posture, he's going to be in good shape. He's going for an attack here. Now, there's no Banings morphed yet. And I don't think the Roaches alone will trade that well with this many Marauders behind the Hellbats that can tank. With Stim Pack as well.
Oh, the Roaches got it back up. He can deny his fourth. And is that going to make him feel comfortable enough to back away? Or does he try to go toward the third? Because that's when you're into dangerous territory. Yeah. Is there Baneling speed done?
I think he missed it. Okay, I'm about to say, he almost missed a very important active creature for the kill.
Roach is coming forward, but here come the Banelings. This is not good for DrunkenBoy. He's got to split up those units, but it looks like Jaedong should be able to clean this up. The good news is he keeps the medevacs alive, and he knows he's coming, and all those Banelings just died, so those aren't going to be able to be used in the attack, right? There are some Banelings back up, so Jaedong's going straight for his opponent's third base. Can DrunkenBoy hold on here?
Man, I think he would have liked to pick up a bit more of their army there. As he's trying to regroup some units, the medevacs need to be there on defense. I don't think he can try to counterattack here. He needs every little bit of unit on defense. He's come up the ramp now. The baiting hits are going to be key.
Oh, he's got to kite backwards. Got to get behind that supply depot wall and then raise those depots. One Baneling gets a solid hit. The SCVs are going to be pulled, but the Baneling's doing a ridiculous amount of damage to the SCVs. Every single SCV is so important if you're playing against a player like Jaedong. Now the Roaches and Banelings going straight for that third base. There is a bunker there, but I'm not sure if there's even anything inside it.
There isn't.
Oh no, the SCV is a little bit vulnerable, trying to find a safe place to be, but Jaedong sending so many units across the field. 2-2 is done. He has a great upgrade advantage. It's a great timing here from Jaedong. 2-2 is not yet done here for DrunkenBoy, but slowly but surely adding on more and more units, but Banelings are going to be released into the main base. No, they're not. They're going to back up.
The third is really where the main battle is at. Banelings run through the army. There's enough medevacs that if he can somehow stabilize an army, he might be able to push it back. He's taking so many SCV losses. Jaedong is just starting to overwhelm him almost.
All right, it looks like DrunkenBoy is going to eventually hold this off.
Oh, he's getting the Banelings while they're morphing. That's huge.
Still a lot of medevacs overhead. Remember that. Medevacs are so important, and a lot of medevacs to be able to heal these Marines and Marauders. Banelings need the detonations. They need to be good, but decent target fire in there from DrunkenBoy, but only 5 Marines remain. 2 Marauders in the front trying to deal with the Roaches, but can DrunkenBoy get enough units out? It looks like Jaedong's going to back up, and now 2-2 is done for DrunkenBoy. But he only has 26 Harvesters.
That's not where he wants to be. Of course, that means his army is actually very strong. Even though he's significantly behind supply, that's all worker supply. And with this many medevacs healing the army, Jaedong's Roaches are really not trading efficiently.
Medevacs are pretty low in energy, though.
Yeah.
You got to be aware of that. The Roaches still trying to attack here. The Banelings just now finishing at the Watchtower, but DrunkenBoy getting very solid trades here. Is he making SCVs? I hope he is.
He's just cranking out units on that production. Have nothing but units being produced.
Is he just going to go try to kill Jaedong? Is that
maybe
possible? I mean, because he's not making workers. Okay, there we go.
DrunkenBoy kind of intermittently builds workers in his games.
Fair.
It's one of his things he does. Jaedong very intelligently going to defend the fourth. Also a little bit of a counterattack going into the third base.
Oh, that's a great counterattack, and DrunkenBoy's still trying to be aggressive, going to try to deny that fourth base. But here come the Banelings and the Roaches picking up, and he's going to jet out of there. Can he deal with those Lings? Oh, I wonder how many SCVs. Oh my gosh, losing so many SCVs. There's nothing in the bunker.
Yeah, I mean, a couple Marines in the bunker would have saved him. Definitely a hassle. He's going to clean this up now, but he's already lost more SCVs. This is the big drop in the main. The Speedies can't get too much service here. He's actually training pretty well, but now the Baitings are coming. He's got to pick up before those hit.
I like that idea from
DrunkenBoy. That was a good trade. I mean, he only lost almost nothing there. Killed a ton of Speedlings.
Squeezing in +3 weapons too.
I think he's got to go for quality.
Yeah.
He's got to just avoid losses because his unit count's so low. Now the one thing is,
is he watching?
Picking this up? No, he's not watching. A lot of Marines went down.
Every unit is so important for DrunkenBoy. He's down 140 to 81. He can't just make more units because, again, he lost so many SCVs, but desperately trying to stay in this game.
If he can take out the Queens, he's the only units that can really shoot down the medevacs. It's going to give him a little more freedom to move around the bases.
Couple Spore Crawlers here and there, trying to be aggressive towards his opponent's fourth base. 4 Infestors on the way. Oh, he's really close to that infestation pit. Gotta pick up. Okay.
He's really wanting to take down the fourth base.
I don't know if that's possible.
Jaedong just has so much production.
So much stuff.
Just has too much economy from Jaedong. DrunkenBoy's really doing a great job of hanging in there. And if he can kill the fourth, because Jaedong so far had an economy, he'll mine out his 3 bases before DrunkenBoy does.
Yeah.
And that's kind of DrunkenBoy's way to get back in the game, is maybe some drops to kill the economy Jaedong, and then be really cost efficient with the 3-3 upgrades when those are completed, and of course the medevacs as well.
Really scrappy game here. DrunkenBoy has to pull out a miracle. We have a counterattack. More Lings coming forward from Jaedong towards his opponent's third base, and now Infestors are on the field. DrunkenBoy has to be so careful. Dodge fungals, isolate those Infestors, send one Marauder at a time. If you take too much damage to those Infestors, it's not going to be fun. But this is also kind of a way to get back into the game. If you're able to minimize the damage from the Infestors, target them down, isolate them, that can be great. But much easier said than done.
It is, and I think Jaedong's getting Infestors because he realizes if he can chain fungal the medevacs, that'll end the game instantly. Also, all it takes is one fungal and then a couple Bane hits, and the army entirely collapses. So, knowing that DrunkenBoy is going to have to micro his heart out to get back in the game, and Jaedong's saying, well, if he's going to try to micro his heart out, what'll stop micro?
Oh, this is dangerous. Look out for the fungals. DrunkenBoy not necessarily aware. Okay, backing up, not terrible. Now he knows the Infestors are here, getting most of his medevacs out alive as well. Looks like a counterattack being set up at the top side of the map. Widow Mines are now in play. That could be a huge way to get back into the game. But Ling's being sent straight for that third base here.
2 Marines are going to try to hold off on the Marauder. That's not going to be enough.
More reinforcements coming forward. 3 Marines, another Marauder. 2 Banelings trying to make their way towards that SAV line, and that is getting dangerously close. If those Banelings connect, he's already so low on SAVs, it looks like he's going to take down that Baneling. Is going to clear up this counterattack. And 3-3 is about to finish. And 3-3, again, Hive is about to finish here from Jaedong, so that's great. Also, Widow Mines.
Jaedong has so many units here.
Widow Mines.
Oh,
thinking of the
set of
Banelings.
Banelings.
Oh, great hit onto the Banelings. That's huge for DrunkenBoy.
I mean, he's still down by so much supply. If he can somehow make sure Infestors do nothing in the battle, he can win the battle. If he wins the battle, that could be the start of the comeback. But
this is so much stuff.
Somehow neutralizing this many Infestors is going to be very difficult to accomplish.
Gotta lift him up. He's going to drop in his opponent's main, but he's getting fungled. Oh no, in the main base of Jaedong. DrunkenBoy just lost 2 medevacs full of units.
Great defense by Jaedong. The third is denied as well. That was DrunkenBoy's economy.
Trying to split up here.
Yeah.
Sending one more on the forward. That's what you got to do. Yes, 3-3. Remember that.
Jaedong has so many Infestors, and he has so much money as well. He's with this Hive Tech going on. His own 3-3s on the way. DrunkenBoy needs to find a way to kill all these Infestors. In fact, they're trailing in the back. This might be his moment.
Rod is targeting down the Infestors. This is exactly what DrunkenBoy needs. Splitting those guys up. Doesn't want the Fungal doing too much damage. Here come the Marines and Marauders from Jaedong, trying to shove this Bio Force away. But is the 3-3 Bio going to be enough? No Widow Mines here. And look at all these Lings swarming forward from Jaedong. Going to clean up the majority of that army. DrunkenBoy is not going to give up. He's come too far to give up just now. But Jaedong with so many units. This is the swarm from the Evil Geniuses Zerg player, and this could be the army that leads Jaedong into the WCS America Premier League Season 2. There's the GG from DrunkenBoy, and Jaedong makes it happen. It was close. DrunkenBoy fought super hard. My heart goes out to the guy. But Jaedong, I mean, a lot of people are going to see 2-1 on the scoreboards, in the results.
They're going to be impressed with DrunkenBoy, man.
Yeah.
Taking a map from the Dong himself is quite an achievement.
Yes, absolutely. Commending effort there from DrunkenBoy. But Jaedong just business as always, proving who he is, and he's going to be in WCS America Premier League Season 2. It was tough. It definitely wasn't easy there for Jaedong, but here is what happened today, guys. Jim starting off with a 2-0 over DrunkenBoy. Jaedong 2-0 over Ian. Then we had Jim taking the 2-0 over Jaedong. Jim qualifying for WCS America Premier League Season 2. Followed by DrunkenBoy taking out Ian in the losers match to be able to play Jaedong, where he barely lost 2-1, trying to make the comeback happen. But Jaedong just had too much.
Jaedong showing why he was the runner-up at DreamHack, winning his way back into WCS America Premier League Season 2. We're going to see him there along with Jim. That's going to be an exciting duo in the Premier League, man.
Absolutely. Looking forward to see that. Honestly, Season 2 is setting up to be so fantastic. So many awesome players in there already. Honestly, a lot of actual America's representation too. Also a good mix of Chinese players as well, which is really cool to see. By the way, guys, last day of WCS America Season 1 is tomorrow. Here's what's happening. Starting off with Suppi versus Huang Xin, and then Illusion versus Telia. Only 2 of these 4 will fill in the last 2 slots in WCS America Premier League Season 2. It all begins tomorrow. Well, it all begins and it all ends tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you're there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Which 2 of those are going to qualify? What do you think?
It's going to be a tough call.
Yeah.
I mean, Hwansing, he used to be like a staple of the last rounds of MLG, but as of late, you know, he hasn't shown the same form. He's really been struggling a bit, but he didn't make it into the Challenger League. He was able to qualify through those qualifiers. Didn't make it too far in the bracket. And Suppy's a guy, I got to favor Suppy, man. He's like kind of the American hero, you know, college student, goes to UC Berkeley.
He barely didn't make it to the round of 8. If y'all remember, of WCS America Premier. So he's definitely going to be fighting hard tomorrow to try to make it back into Premier League. Really setting up to be an awesome next season. Of course, next up on this stream, we have Rules Engagement. Yes?
That's right. We're going to take a look at some of the games we saw from the earlier Challenger League group stages. A lot of PvP. Taking a look, I think, at some of Top's games, Minigun, State. There was a really fun PvP between Minigun and State on Aquilon Wiz I'm going to go over, so
awesome
should
stuff.
be exciting.
Awesome. That's coming up next on this stream. And guys, remember, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, we round out WCS America Season 1. This has been axeltoss and axslav bringing you WCS America Challenger League. Once again, congratulations to our 2 winners of today, Jaedong and Jim. They'll be in the Premier League. Remember, Rules of Engagement coming up next. See you later.